Good morning. I hope you'll forgive me for running late. If those of you that may be joining live, I am still unfamiliar with YouTube setup. So it was like I couldn't even find the place to hit go live on the thing that I scheduled. So here we are. We will start off in a comfortable seat. So if you like to have a prop under you, to be comfortable, I recommend Sukhasana, which is the easy seated pose, like crisscross applesauce. If you want to start in a comfortable seat there and just start to find your place on your mat, find yourself there, find your physical body there, and then call in the rest of the pieces of you onto your mat as you begin to settle in your easy seated pose in a physical sense. And then as you settle in your easy seated pose, maybe you get any little fidgets out right now. Maybe you just start to notice your breath and feel a sense of, as you lift or as you inhale, create a sense of lift through the spine. And as you exhale, can you create a sense of softening perhaps around your edges, softening your hips, your shoulders, your face. So as you inhale, create a sense of lift and lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, soften down. And then just continue to be with that practice. Maybe you've reached as tall of a seating position as you can. You can't keep physically lifting every time. But can you still, on your inhales, feel a sense of sitting up tall and proud, and on your exhales, softening down, even if you're not physically moving, and just continue with that practice until you've reached your comfortable maximum breath. So hopefully your breath is slowing, becoming more rhythmic, and deepening until you reach the point where you feel like you're breathing as deeply and smoothly and as big as possible without feeling like you're gripping or holding the breath just to make it take longer. And then can you notice if there's any movement happening in your body with the breath? Is there any expansion on the inhales, contraction on the exhales? And then this full moon, so continue to just practice and cultivate this comfortable maximum breath. And this short practice and guided meditation is for the full moon in sidereal Aquarius happening this Wednesday. So 2 days from now, we'll have a flow practice in our community platform. You could join via the challenge or join the membership to practice a full flow related to this full moon. But the big symbolism for this full moon is bringing things full circle and also considering how you hold space for yourself. So thanks for being here, for holding this space for yourself. With the next exhale, we'll drop the chin towards the chest and inhale one ear over towards one shoulder. And then exhale, chin towards the chest. Inhale, other ear towards your other shoulder. And then just start to move through these little half head rolls here. Exhaling down, inhaling side to side. And maybe you eventually want to start getting creative with the movement. Maybe you want to tilt the chin or move your shoulders around as you take these little half head rolls, or maybe you even want to drop the head back and bring your head full circle. If that feels comfortable for you, if that doesn't feel like it's sort of adding anything on, then feel free not to take your head all the way around and back. Most of the muscles in the neck are around the sides and back of the neck. There's more sensitive tissue in the front than there are muscles to be stretched. So it's up to you. Just move following your impulse of movement, move with the breath, and just stretch into the neck. So 2 more breaths with this practice. And with the next inhale, we'll find the head back up to neutral. And then pause for a moment, just for a breath to notice how you feel in your seated position now. And with an inhale, we'll draw the ears up to the shoulders and exhale and send the ears back and down. Inhale, ears up to the shoulders, exhale, send them back and down. With your breath now, rolling the shoulders, just loosening up. We're going to loosen our way up, down the spine. And then with the next time you exhale the shoulders back and down, you might like to switch directions if that feels like it adds on for you to bring the shoulders forward and down. And then if you want to add on any little creative movement here, maybe you want to move the shoulders independently of each other. Maybe you want to move the head and neck with it as you move the shoulders and head and neck. And then with the next inhale, we'll find our way back to that neutral spine and just exhale. Then pause there and feel. And then with the next inhale, we'll pull forward on the knees, maybe rock forward on the pelvis as you pull the shoulder blades back and down for a seated cow. On an exhale, we'll rock backwards on the pelvis. Keep gripping onto those knees, the shins, maybe legs. Press the rib cage back into the shoulder blades, chin towards chest, and then find your seated cat-cow here. Inhaling to pull forward, shine your heart forward. Exhale to turn inward. So a big theme of the full moon in Aquarius as you practice this, inhaling to shine your heart forward and exhaling to turn inwards, will be how do you express your uniqueness to the world. And the only way to do that really is as you exhale and turn inward. Really focus on that turning inwards. You got to turn inwards to find that unique flame within yourself, to then inhale and shine it out, shine your unique heart out into the world. And then if you want to here, you could add on any creative movement that feels like it calls to you. Maybe you want to move side to side. Maybe you want to barrel roll through the rib cage. Maybe you want to close your eyes and worry less about what it looks like, more about what it feels like. You could roll your shoulders around, move the rib cage around. Really focus less on making it like a beautifully choreographed dance and just moving intuitively with what your body is asking of you in this moment and breathing into the sensations that you're following. And then with the next inhale, we'll find our way back up to that neutral seated position and just pause and feel. Exhale and root down. Notice if you feel any different in your seated position now or not. And then with the next inhale, we'll bring the hands out and up, tracing this big circle around ourselves. Slowly, slowly. Exhale, hands come out and down. Can you link the breath with the movement? Can you slow one or the other down? And just feel like you're tracing this circle around yourself, holding the space for yourself, tracing the boundary, if you will, around yourself for what you need to feel truly expressed. Next time you inhale the hands out and up. With an exhale, we'll cactus the arms. And inhale, lift the heart, maybe drawing the elbows back any amount more. And then exhale to give yourself a big hug. So as you do that, you might tuck the chin towards the chest and really breathe into the backs of the shoulders, back of the neck. Inhale to crack your heart open, coming back to that. Exhaling to turn inward and bring some of that love to yourself. And inhaling to shine that unique light out into the world with your breath. Maybe switching which arm lands on top as you exhale and bring it in, and inhale to shine it out. Next time you inhale, open. With an exhale, we'll just bring that rib cage back down. Inhale to reach the hands up, and then exhale to bring them out and down, and just feel as you land there. And then we'll extend the legs out. So you might stay on your prop. I'm seated on a block, but like if I was on a blanket, I'd probably stay on it, but not on a block personally. But if it feels comfortable for you, you can. With an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall into a Dandasana, seated staff pose. With an exhale, we'll draw the right foot in. And then can you interlace your fingers around the shin to really hug that leg in until the foot is off the floor. And then maybe you circle out the ankle. Little circles, circle the other way. And then we'll bring that right foot in, right knee can drop out to the side. Maybe your right ankle's on top of the left thigh. And just start to massage the right foot, taking a moment for that self-love, that self-care, tapping into what you need. And Aquarius, being ruled by Saturn, and having Saturn retrograde here in Aquarius now, it can be ungrounding. So connecting to your feet is a good way to bring in that grounding. And so you might circle out your ankle here. Maybe you interlace your fingers between the toes and circle the ankle. Just really love on your foot for a moment. And then we'll release that. And with an exhale, we'll place that foot down. You can place it either outside the left leg or inside if that feels more comfortable. With an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall. And then exhale to twist over towards that right side. So your left elbow might hook on the right knee, or it might not. Whatever feels comfortable. With an inhale, can you sit up any amount taller? Exhale to twist any amount deeper. And then with an inhale, we'll unwind. We'll draw that right foot out or inside the left leg now. Let the knee fall out to the side. And then with an inhale, we're going to place the right hand behind the right hip and then press your hips forward to come up into what I've heard called a mild thing, which I think is really cute. It's like wild thing, but the knee is down. So we're pressing the hips forward, reaching that left arm back, and then just breathing and opening the heart. And then with an exhale, we're going to place the left hand down and then inhale into a plank towards the back of the mat. And then with an exhale here, we're going to draw that left knee in and draw it over to the right side to place it down. And then inhale as you open into your mild thing towards the other way. So just breathe into that right side body, press your hips forward, reach that right arm back. And then with an exhale, we'll hinge at the hips, swing the hips back to just come seated. Now facing the front of your mat again in the opposite direction. And then we'll draw that left knee in, interlace the fingers around the shin until that left foot is up off the floor and you can circle out the foot. And then we'll switch directions of the circle and then bring that left ankle on top of the right thigh and spend a few moments loving on that left foot. Maybe you're rubbing your thumbs up the arch of the foot. Maybe you pull on your toes. Maybe you interlace your fingers between your toes and circle out the whole foot. Whatever feels really nice to you here. Remembering that loving on your feet, connecting to your feet will bring that grounding that you might be craving as Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. And Mercury's retrograde also can also be highly ungrounding. So just love on your foot. Follow where there's tension, just kind of release it. And then with an inhale, we'll pull that left leg in, either stepping the left foot down outside the right knee or inside the right thigh. With an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall, and then exhale to twist over towards that left side. So you might just hold on to the left knee. You might bring that right elbow outside of the left knee, but with an inhale, can you sit up any amount taller, and exhale to twist any amount deeper. And then with the inhale, we'll unwind. Exhale, unwind that left leg and find your way to your meditation posture. So you might like to lay down. I'm never one to discourage it. And if you're laying down or seated, maybe you want to find your way back onto a prop. If you were off of it, maybe you want to lay down. Whatever you choose is the right choice. I think all that really matters is that you create a sense of long spine and connection to your support. So if it feels like in a Sukhasana, in a comfortable seated pose, if it feels like you round backwards or your hips feel so tight that it feels hard to really connect down to your base, then please, by all means, do your meditation laying down. If that feels more grounding and like you're more able to keep your spine long, I think that's absolutely the right answer. And so as you settle now into your long spine, comfortable position, can you notice again your base? Notice the points of contact with support below you. Notice how those places feel. The places making contact with something. If it's the floor, the mat, a prop, another point on your body. Can you just notice all the sensations there? And inhale up from that place, that steady place of support, allowing that steadiness to fill your being. And then exhale to again soften around your edges. Is there any part of you that could surrender more fully to the support that's below you? So inhale up that steady grounding energy from the support below you. And exhale to soften and surrender more deeply into allowing yourself to be held, to be supported. And then continue to be with that practice for a few breaths now, allowing your breath to come back to that comfortable maximum. Just inhaling to fill your being with support and exhaling to soften more deeply into the support below you, into this sense of groundedness and stillness. And then can you bring your awareness to your heart center? And imagine a circle here around your heart. And maybe you fill in the details of the circle. Maybe it has a color. Maybe there's a color within and a color without. And connect for a moment, just breathing into that circle. This imagery of a circle right at your heart center, breathing into your heart space. And so this circle symbolizes the space that you hold for yourself, the boundaries, if you will, that you put up around your heart around what makes you you? How do you tune out the noise and tune into this unstruck sound of your heart, the true vibration within your being? And maybe you consider now, if this circle around your heart, if it's there, is it covered up by things? Are there things that you've let encroach on the space? And can you spend a few breaths now just envisioning all of this stuff just melting away, so that all you're left with it is this empty circle around your heart in a beautiful, clear, expansive way, so that your heart is able to shine. What's within you is able to shine out into the world. So as you inhale, radiating that light from your heart outwards, maybe through the circle, from the circle, exhaling to let anything that's blocking this clarity in your heart just dissolve away. Inhale to fill up with this light of awareness within your heart space, and exhaling to clear out anything that's blocking your clarity, blocking this space that you hold for yourself. Inhaling to expand the light, fill up with this light. Exhaling to let anything that needs to dissolve. And so as you breathe into this clear space around your heart, right at the center of your being, can you consider anything that you're hoping to bring full circle at this full moon? What are you hoping to find closure around? Maybe it's through bringing something to fruition. Maybe it's through just releasing something that doesn't feel aligned with this truth that you're uncovering. And can you inhale to breathe life into that, and exhale to let it go out into the world. And then we'll let go of the breath practice. Let the breath become subtle again. No need to breathe deeply or breathe any kind of way. Just let the breath be what it is. Let the body be what it is. And then with an inhale, we'll bring one palm to the heart, the other palm to the back of that hand, and exhale to soften into this shape. Inhale to feel your heart press out into your hand. Exhale to press that energy of your hands back into your heart. One more deep inhale, filling up. Exhale, knowledge of the head bows to the wisdom of the heart. Even if you're laying down, maybe you just tuck the chin slightly. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a beautiful full moon, and I hope whatever needs to come full circle in your life does. Thanks so much for being here, and I also hope to see you on Wednesday in the community for our YOGISCOPES flow. Will just be a continuation of the practice that we did this morning. Thanks for being here.